In this video, I'm going to show you how to do example number 2 in lesson 6.1, part 2, systems of linear equations in the real world. Remember, our objective is we're going to write systems of linear equations to represent real world situations. Okay, here's a real world situation for you. You open 2 bank accounts. In one bank account, your initial deposit is $50, and you deposit $75 a month. Your initial deposit in the other bank account is $100, and then you deposit $20 each month after that. Write a system of equations to compare how many dollars are in each account. Okay, so they're telling us, right, we have to figure out what are we doing. We're writing a system of equations to figure out how many dollars are in each account. So we're trying to find D, dollars in account. That's the first thing we always want to figure out. Well, what are my variables? Okay, the other thing we want to figure out, remember we learned that in the real world the slope is the rate and the y-intercept is the initial value. Okay, remember the slope is always the number with the variable. The slope is like the rate, like something per something. So our initial deposit, there's that word initial, is $50. So this is your y-intercept in your equation, 50. Then $75 a month, that's your rate, because we're talking about 2 different variables, dollars and months. So there's your other variable right there, months. We already have D as dollars, so let's say T is time in months, because months is a form of time. Okay. Now that we have our 2 different variables, let's we need the system of equations of the 2 different bank accounts, but let's do each bank account separately. Let's first do, it says in one bank account. So let's call that bank account 1. And then the other bank account, we'll call that bank account 2. So we need an equation for bank account 1. We need an equation for bank account 2. Which, like I said, this is the other bank account. We'll label that number 2. All right. So for bank account number 1, it's telling us your initial deposit is 50. So the equation is D for dollars, right? We're writing a system to compare how many dollars D. So D equals, in bank account 1, well, you start with $50. There's your y-intercept. Plus, up here it says $75 a month. $75 every month. Because T represents time in months. That's your slope, is your rate. That's why that's the number with the variable. Okay, bank account 1, the total dollars in the account, you started out with $50 and then it's $75 every month. In bank account number 2, the other bank account, it says in our problem, it says there's $100 in there. That's the initial. So 100 is your y-intercept. And then you deposit $20 each month. There's your rate. There's your slope. So D, the dollars in the account, is the initial is $100. Right? It actually tells us that in the problem. The initial deposit is $100. And then it's $20 every month after that. Where T is the time in months. Okay, now Ultimately, they wanted us to write a system of equations. Remember that a system of equations is when you put the two equations together. They both have like the same variables. So let's do that. We have both bank accounts. So it would be, here's the system of equations. It's D equals 50 plus 75T. That's our equation for bank account 1. I'm just recopying it. And then our second equation is D equals 100 plus 20T, right? That was the equation for bank account number 2. So here's your system of equations to represent the amount of dollars in each account. Okay, after you copy these notes, why don't you try the You Try number 2 before you watch the video to show you the answer, right? You want to try it first to make sure, you want to know if you understand how to do this. After you try this problem, you're going to want to watch the video called Lesson 6.1, Part 2, Systems of Equations in the Real World. You Try number 2 answer video.